Jim Piccolo, renowned entrepreneur with more than 25 years experience in a wide variety of both product and service industries, has a few new tricks up his sleeve. He just announced his brand new company set to launch in Scottsdale, Arizona, January 1st, 2011, 1/1/11, and he's entering one of the most fastest growing and exciting industries today. He's here right now with us to share a little bit more about that in this exclusive interview. So Jim, I appreciate your time today. I know you're very busy. Thank you for allowing me the chance to talk to you.
Thanks for inviting me. I'm glad to be here.
So the company's Busy Biz.
Correct.
Right? Sounds
That's right.
good. That's a cool name. I like that. Sounds fun.
Name.
Busy Biz. And it's a franchise company.
Correct.
And they are selling digital marketing services to small businesses all over the country and soon to be worldwide.
Exactly.
Right. So me being in marketing myself, franchising and digital marketing, that's two really hot, exciting industries right now. So let's start with digital marketing. Tell me a little bit about that. How did you get started with this project?
Great question. You know, it was born out of a need. We own various companies, as you know, and we went out several years ago, 3 years ago, and looked for a digital marketing company to help us. And of course, it was new back then. You know, 3 to 5 years ago, it was brand new, fresh on the scene. And we encountered some competition. These kids out of nowhere showed up and they started grabbing market share using digital marketing. And of course, us old dogs, we didn't know anything about it. So I went out and tried to find a service that would help us. And Gail, we went to a bunch of different companies, and they were so busy working with big companies that they didn't have the opportunity to really to help us. And we were willing to spend a pretty good amount of money, and to us, a lot of money, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month to help with our search engine optimization, you know, maybe a little pay-per-click, you know, so we could compete with the new kids on the block. We couldn't find a company to help us. And out of that, I started thinking, you know, the opportunist in me started thinking, wow, if we're willing to spend $20,000 or $30,000 or $40,000 a month, what about, you know, the 30 million businesses out there that can spend $100 a month or $250 a month or $1,000 a month? And then I started realizing what really was going on out there with respect to small business and the Yellow Pages. By the way, when was the last time you looked up something in the Yellow Pages?
I can't even tell you. I don't remember.
And do they still come to your doorstep?
Of course.
And what do you do with them?
Booster seats.
Booster seats, throw them in the trash can.
Yeah.
I get that response.
Recycle.
Recycle bin. You know, I ask everybody that question. They say the same thing. You know, they go from the front door to the recycle bin. So the main question is, why do they still show up at your doorstep?
That is a good question.
The reason they still show up at your doorstep, Gail, is because small businesses are still investing in those little ads, paying $1,000, $1,500, sometimes $2,000 a month. Heck, the back page of the Yellow Page book could cost you tens of thousands of dollars every month to advertise it in. And if you're paying that $1,000, $2,000 a month, and nobody's looking at the Yellow Pages, what does that tell you about small business? They're out of options. They know digital marketing is the way to go. They know that they have to collect the emails of their customers. They know they have to be on the local search maps. Heck, if I want pizza, I go to Google and I go Scottsdale Pizza and hit enter. And whatever pops up on that map, that's where I'm going. That's the way the world works now. Everything's going digital. Digital marketing is the phase. So we looked for an industry, a trend that would take us to the next level in business. We're marketers, we're salespeople, and it was a natural fit for us.
That makes a lot of sense. And you know, digital marketing, okay, that's a no-brainer, but why did you choose to sell the digital marketing service through a franchise?
Well, I mean, there's lots of ways you could have done it. I mean, you could have gone out and hired salespeople, right? You could have put branches all over the country. You could have done it a number of ways. We come from small business. Our mission has always been to empower people. We want to put America back to work, right? There's nothing better in this country than franchising. Matter of fact, the statistics out there state that franchising is far more successful than a normal business. Matter of fact, twice as successful as opposed to just a regular business. So we looked at franchising. It's a very credible source, very well known in the country. There's a lot of faith and trust in entrepreneurs when it comes to franchising. And for us, the most important part is if you have an individual that's a franchisee, they've had to invest a little money in their business, so they have some skin in the game. And whenever they have that little bit of money at risk, they operate more than maybe an employee would. They have the employer mentality. So imagine a country with thousands of franchisees that have a little skin in the game, that employer mentality, walking into a business that also has a little skin in the game. Let's say it's a bike shop, right? I'm a franchisee. I walk into a bike shop and I say, hey, I'm in business. So are you. My business is digital marketing. Yours is being a bike shop owner. So they're aligned. We thought that the credibility of franchising was critical. We thought the fact that the skin in the game of the franchisee was going to make them more productive, and we thought that they aligned themselves better with the small business that they're going to be offering services with. So it's a natural fit.
That's real powerful. So if I wanted to buy a franchise, how would I do that?
You got a credit card? No, I'm just kidding. We take credit cards. Great question, because in this country there's a lot of methods for purchasing a franchise. First of all, as a franchisor, the person that's offering the franchise, you can have an inside sales force that does all the marketing for you. There's also emerged a cottage industry in this country where there's third-party franchise salespeople, organizations put together that help the franchisor market the franchises. So we looked at the whole thing and we thought to ourselves, what's the best method for BusyBiz? Do we really want to do all the work ourselves and have that burden and really put the focus on that? What we decided to do, Gail, is start an independent company that would sell the BusyBiz franchise. So we did. We called it Extreme Franchise Marketing. It's got a wonderful agency sales model. The individuals that will be working with Extreme Franchise Marketing, XFM as we call it for short, is going to have a wonderful compensation program that allows them to be their own boss. Remember, we like to empower people, create an opportunity for individuals so they can be their own boss, and at the same time, just like the insurance business or the real estate business where they're paid a commission for the sale, they can also build their own staffs of individuals that eventually they can receive overrides from. So it's a powerful compensation and promotion plan based solely on your productivity as an individual, and you get to be an entrepreneur. You get your own little piece. You get to be your own boss. So we're excited about Extreme Franchise Marketing. Actually is going to open really soon. As you know, BusyBiz is going to be opening on January 1st of 2011, 1/1/11. Excited about that. And we believe it's the best way to go. Why? Because again, what's our why? Why do we do things? It's because we want to empower people. So whether you're an Extreme Franchise Marketing independent business consultant selling franchises for BusyBiz, or you're a franchisee of BusyBiz, or you're the business that the franchisee is assisting with digital marketing services, the whole thing is helping America, putting them back to work, and making us more productive.
So you actually have two new companies coming out, not
We
just
do.
the one.
Yes,
two.
we do.
Extreme Franchise Marketing, selling the BusyBiz franchises.
Exactly.
And I can see how excited you are. I mean,
Absolutely.
Rightly
Tired,
so. Yeah,
excited,
tired, but excited,
but
rightly
excited,
so. Well, what's the most exciting part for you personally?
Oh, great question. You know, it changes all the time. Different things happen throughout the process. But for me, really, it's kind of what we've already talked about. It's the fact that my why has always been to assist the entrepreneur, to empower people, to give them their own time freedom. Being your own boss is the greatest glory in the world, and America is the most wonderful place in the entire world to be your own boss. Granted, there's ups and downs, and you get the roller coaster on life, but you got two choices. You know, you grow up as a young adult, and all of a sudden you're out in the world by yourself. You got two choices. You can get on the merry-go-round, and you can go work for somebody else, and the music kind of stays the same, and you're going to go around, and it's going to be kind of nice and calm and pleasurable, right? Or you get on the roller coaster, and you become an entrepreneur, and you get the thrills of going up, and you get, you know, the whole thing's exciting. I believe in entrepreneurialism. I believe in the roller coaster. I believe in having an exciting, fun, energetic, passionate life, and that's what our culture is all about. So, for me, the best part is I know what BusyBiz is going to do. I really do. It's going to be a nationwide and soon an international phenomenon. It's going to be amazing. People are going to become involved as franchisees, and they're going to find their personal freedom. They're not going to have to worry about getting fired or laid off or downsizes or whatever the latest term is for losing your job. They're going to be able to control their own destiny, and they're going to realize that it's hard work, but it's fun work. And it's a very rewarding piece. So for me, knowing that we're about ready to put thousands of franchises, people, to work, empowering them with their own freedom is the greatest thrill you can have as an entrepreneur.
That's amazing. And it sounds like you've got a very well-defined business plan and keeping with your reputation, I'm sure very well executed. But I have a question, because I personally know of many companies that you already own or control, you know, being a venture capitalist, a serial entrepreneur. What about all those companies? Is this just another feather in your cap, or is BusyBiz somehow different?
Okay, you said you were going to ask the tough questions, and that is a tough one. We have a lot of great companies. You know, as you know, we have an accounting firm, paralegal service that sets up LLCs and corporations nationwide. We have home theater companies. We have technology companies. We have educational companies. And as we developed BusyBiz, you know, we thought it was a great idea when we started, and we said, hey, this is going to be huge. And then we started looking at the research, the need for digital marketing, the underserved market. We started looking at the opportunity with respect to franchising. And we started to realize, as we started talking to subject matter experts, and we had our focus groups, and this thing just started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I realized that this is huge. It's going to be international. It's got the potential to be $1 billion plus company. And that's a concern to an entrepreneur. There's a responsibility that comes along with starting a company like this. And I believe it's going to take all my focus, Gail. I don't think that I can just sit back and take some of like a passive role like I've done in the past. This is going to be everything I can do to move it forward with all my contacts and all my abilities. So I've made the tough decision to divest myself of those other companies.
Divest yourself, really?
Yeah.
What does that mean for those companies?
All those companies are wonderful. We've got great partners in all of them. And they have great opportunities, and they will do very well. And that's what I'm going to do over the next year or so. I'm going to slowly divest myself of every one of those companies. And BusyBiz, it's game on, man. It's all my focus.
Well, I think you've certainly hit the nail on the head with this one, Jim. BusyBiz, it's perfect timing.
And especially now. I mean, right now, with unemployment where it's at, the country needs this. People need to go back to work. A lot of folks out there don't want to go back into the employment arena just to get downsized or right-sized or whatever the common term, the politically correct term is it for now. They don't want to lose a job again. They're tired of having that that stigma held over them. So the time is now. I mean, really is. It's the perfect time in America to go out there and be your own boss. Entrepreneurialism is on the rage. It's what everybody's talking about. Entrepreneurs are cool now, so it's kind of a trend in itself. So I see BusyBiz exploding. In the next year, thousands of franchises domestically. Within the next year and a half, international expansion to all the English-speaking countries. We're going to be in Great Britain, Australia, New Zealand. We're going to spread out across the country. We're going to start hitting some of the major first world countries that really are focusing on digital marketing, like Mexico, for example. Social media is moving at a quicker rate in Mexico than it is even in the United States. So it's massive, the growth, the YouTube videos, the social media, the Twitter, the database collection, knowing who your customers are. Having that information as a business owner now is critical to connecting and communicating with your customer. So the future, I dream big, and I'm not so sure I can even tell you how big this is going to be. I'm excited for the Extreme Franchise Marketing Independent Business Consultants. I'm excited for the new BusyBiz franchisee, and I'm really excited for the small business owner, because this is their shot, really, to stay in business, to flourish in business, and maybe even expand in business, because it's a global economy, and with a little internet marketing, who knows what the future has for small businesses all over the country.
That's right. Well, I certainly am going to be looking for BusyBiz to become a household name in the near future here. It's very exciting. I really appreciate the time today, Jim. I know you're busy.
My pleasure.
Obviously, a few things going on right now,
yeah,
so this has been great. I know our viewers appreciate you coming out and sharing some of your feelings about this. And
I'm glad to be here, and thank you for asking me to be interviewed. I think that the message needs to get out there and needs to be told. So thank you, Gail.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thanks.